stats on the champion, actually. Rakan is most played of all time. This will be his 91st game. This year, he's 100% win rate on it. 5-0 is on. Rocky has been on an MVP caliber split so far. He's finally going to get a recall about a minute after he wanted it. Knight can get a recall and get back into the play. Shadow, hang on a second. Wei just missed his flag drag. Teleport in. Oh, Shadow, you have overstayed, my friend. Knight can teleport in and has done so. Shadow needs to choose his retreat path very carefully. Teleport in from Rookie. Doesn't have the stun right now. Flash out early from Shadow, but Rookie will get the stun anyway. E is not bad from Shadow, but I think he'll die anyway. The recall from Shadow, not getting what they want. Passive from Knight, so close. The last auto will take them. Knight gets something down. Another passive from him. Escapes the knockup. Knight doing very well to trade back something there. Potential now of On getting a flash knockup onto Mako. Not able to quite do so. We'll get onto Wei instead. Passive coming through. Actually gets a decent amount of damage onto the clone there too. Knight will get some random extra healing from that. Knight does have the level 6. There's no flash. Ult coming in from the Pantheon. Going for this play over the wall. Rookie has no flash, but he does have a stun. Might be able to trade one back and might be able to do so. Wei has the flash, has the ult. Should be able to pick this up onto Shadow. It will be a 1-for-1, but Rookie dying means that he'll have less access to some of the farm. Wei will pick this up. It will still be an assist over towards Rookie. Flash in on towards Gala, who spell shields wonderfully. Flashes away from the feather pullback. Ult going forwards. Auto attacks another target. Goes on to Gala. Will that see him to safety? Yes, it will. Double flash from the Zeus. Well, it's very, very good scaling front to back, isn't it? But BLG sometimes give you a little bit more to think about outside of those front to backs. Wait, Elton on. They've been doing okay in the Zyra Rakan lane to land Ws from Rakan, which will give kind of guaranteed QEs from Elk. Pops that W, gets the extra move speed. Wei's on top side. Hang on a second. There's no flash on the Xayah, and he's going to get pulled into the cage. Is that enough to see him through, though? The Xayah ult will keep Elk alive. It's a masterful bait. Up with the best of them. Elk will use that ult, tank the damage, and Wei goes down. This time, he's the one getting counter-ganked. And IG lose their jungler. Kill over to Shadow. Jump out of Fog of War now, and that's a second one to him. Face. Could have flag dragged out a little bit. Gala has no flash. Oh, gets hit by the center of the ult. That's a pretty sweet spot there. The ult is pretty good from the Nico, but Shadow getting the center of the ult gets the extra damage. A kill back onto the Rakan, though, does mean that Gala gets the kill anyway. Good Q from Mako. Mako's actually been playing pretty well. Good root. Plans out. I think Alex dead this time, folks. There's no one coming to help him. No ultimate hit. Might be able to turn to Mako. Won't be able to. Flag drag comes through. Nico Q will get some extra damage. Well played from Mako to get the root force the play in Season 4. Now, of course, Season 8 was huge from him too, but Season 4 LCK, or OGN as it was back then, so hard to win, and he won that summer. Shadow jumping in with the ultimate. Dragon's been leashed. Wei's jumped out of the pit. Can they finish off the dragon right now? Will a fight come in before that? Here comes the bin. Rumble. Easy kill. IG being bought into a play around the dragon. Wei's trying to see if he can kill the damn thing, but his whole team's dead. The dragon's been leashed, and Wei won't be able to turn around. Triple kill to Knight down. He doesn't have ult. This is likely a kill. Stun under turret. This should be a dead Aurora. Jumps out with a W, but that does mean there's no extra auto attacks coming through. The redemption coming through. And Knight outplays. Goes invisible as they try and land the CC chain. On the way to that Rift Maker. And it's Knight. He will get a Medjay at some point in this game, folks. He's carrying this game. IG, they failed to shut that down. Spell shield gets rid of the charm, but not the knockup. The ult aggressive from Elk as the Zyra Rakan does give value. The redemption to keep them topped up afterwards means that IG, they just see BLG buff out the damage on the paid work. A couple of scuffs, healed up by the redemption. IG lose their AD carry, and IG are falling behind the Pantheon so much. Jesus Christ, the Aurora damage, forcing the flash out, and the Cataclysm doesn't really do that much either. Hop over the wall. Knight and Elk, so gold going on to ever-increasing problematic 700 gold ahead. The Shy not really able to make much of a dent in this matchup. Dragon goes over to BLG, and then Spare makes him a very tanky champion indeed. BLG, they have thrown so many games around the Atacana. You know, if I'm playing against BLG, I just wait for them to start Atacana and just see if you can out-team fight. They've been very poor. Hang on a second, the Shy going very low. Ultimate pull by Bin, though, means that the Shy will have to recall. Could teleport into the bot side of the map. Bin's going to recall himself. Atacana started up. Desire helping with this. The wave will spot this. Is there going to be any contest? No. Okay, IG. Sadly for them, will not be able to punish an Intercom. Atacana cleanly taken by BLG. This has been one of their biggest pain points in this entire split, this entire year as well. This saw just a bunch of Electro Harpoons go into the Shy's backside, reducing the magic resist. Combo onto turret. That's going to set up for a dive onto Bin. The Tib is getting some value. Teleport in from the Aurora. They need to finish this off pretty quickly. Nico ult going on to the anti-stun. Aurora will be here, though. Forces one flash. Will get potentially another kill. Second flash instead. Knight, Riftmaker stacked up. Has the W to jump force. 3 flashes for one, buddy. We'll spot him out in the brush there. Has Merc Trez to help him out a little bit. Gala's used that ultimate to go forwards. Knight, can he get the kill? Yes, he can! The shotgun comes through. Is anyone else coming into his service? No. Not at this point. Gala will get the kill on the backside. 1,000 gold shut down to the Sivir. That's a pretty penny in the pocket. 3 flashes. 1,000 gold shutdown given over to Sivir. I think Knight might rue that at the end of the day. BLG letting the objective control go over to IG. Pantheon all into the backline. He's going into an Annie stun, though. He hasn't pulled it just yet. Sivir ult on the way back. Ornult's good. Dragon secured. I think this is a good team fight for IG, all in all. Stun goes on to Ollie. He can't engage now. IG, get the Dragon. Do they want an extra fight? Could potentially walking forwards. Flash knock-up onto Bin. Maybe a little far there. Shotgun lands onto just the clone, actually. Got a little bit baited by that. The Shy loses the flash, but gets it out of Bin. IG get a Dragon. Sivir on IE. You know what, folks? I think Gala can carry this now. Doesn't matter that Rookie's behind in gold. If he just gets some CC onto people, that's a problem. On, chain CC, completely dead. On, had no right being there. You had no teammates even near you. Shared perma CC'd is on. That's a bad death from a guy that's had... Hang on, is it Elk's turn to now randomly? The BLG still stand. That means it's hard to get vision into, like, this kind of line. Now, around Baron, we want to get some out. Hang on a second. Knight getting caught down on the top side. Maybe they don't need it. Jumping over. He's just way too far up. Way too far up. Has flash, doesn't use it. Knows he's gone way too far. That's such an easy kill onto Knight. And suddenly, with the Aurora dead, perhaps they can fight... Maybe they can fight the Baron now. There's no Aurora combo into it. Just Knight pushing up way too far. IG had just gotten vision control on that top side. Elk now going against the Shy. Will put on his ultimate. It might be too late, though. Ult from Ornn lands onto him. He's still safe, though. And IG do not get the killer blow. Flash forwards, gets onto the carries again. And the Sivir gets to free fire. The equalizer is magnificent on the other side of it, though, as Bin turns, burns, takes down 2, and Bin's Rumble cooks IG alive. Even after killing Knight, after killing Elk, they forget there's a carry in the top side. The 2-item Bin goes absolutely mental. They'll take down the mid lane in a turret as IG. That should have been the game-winning play for them. Instead, they go too far looking for an extra kill. And Bin turns things around. Using Knight after losing Elk at the start of the play. After Gala flew into the play, 3+ items ricocheting through it. IG cannot get the kills. The equalizer is the damage they need. For those of you that don't know, the Chinese community have often dunked on Bin's Rumble because it's not been that good compared to his other champions. But that right there shows you the practice he's put into it. IG will get themselves... If that exhaust doesn't drop, I think they kill 2 through that. Top side of the map, On dies again, though. In the picture-in-picture. That's going to blunt a little bit of the Baron push. On. Some bad deaths from him this game. Bad deaths in general from BL. First pulled by On from the spellbook. Not exactly sure what he was looking for there. Pushing in 2 lanes, not the 3. We don't really see 1-3-1 with Baron buffs anymore because ever since G2 2019 showed us that you can just engage onto the 1-man unit or 3-man unit, you can't really do that. The equalizer's nasty. The blood ladder's popping. Gala going low. Remember that. Hang on a second. On's going to get turned around onto, and he'll die in return, though. Maybe that's the option. On, another death from him. It's been an awkward split of deaths from him. Shadow caught out has GA. He can at least respawn. I think he made a mistake using that empowered Q. He won't have the E when he comes off of the cooldown now. Bin getting caught in the Cataclysm. IG trying to get one last bit of burn. A flash forward for a Bellows Breath, which doesn't quite get it. And on the other side, Knight shotguns back into their face. He still has the Aurora ultimate. Can potentially get a kill over the wall. It'll be 1 and out. On. Getting caught again. Remember at MSI when he was... on the Nautilus through nearly a 1 game back towards I forget who it was. Was it Mad Lion? They had a little later on. Rookie has level 16, has flash. First bit of the Ornult misses, the second bit's even worse. That's not good from the Shy. Good Q coming through from Gala will take some chunk out of Elk, but they have Redemption. That'll help even more, actually. Using that earlier, I don't mind that. The Shy, ooh, that's a problem. Pantheon ult coming in, separating out the team. On going forwards. The Nico ult is stopped in its tracks. Elk putting up the feathers in the choke point. I think this is the one fight for BLG. A missed Ornn ultimate, a failed disengage, and IG lose their top laner. A lot of HP on Gala, who also loses the flash. I think this is the game-ending fight for BLG. Despite their late game woes in previous series, this one looks a little bit better in game 1. Great play from Elk to just put down their ultimate feathers in the choke point. Give no hope of IG fighting back. But it's really the missed ult from the Shy, which sees BLG the winning angle. Is there any other play now? Gala going to be forced onto by Shadow. Spell shields well, but that's the Aurora ultimate coming through. IG don't lose anyone. Gala spell shielding well. Down to half HP. Will be able to survive
Taken by BLG. That is really, really not very good there, folks. Clean feed, sort yourself out. Rookie will stop a recall onto the other side. Bin gonna get caught out on the recall. Level 18, it doesn't matter. The Rumble goes down. And in the late game, BLG get the Dragon, but they lose one on the recall. And IG, they do not give over an Ocean Soul. That's important. The Shy will take some damage here. Ultimate into the choke point. Knight had the full Leandries and the Riftmaker. Flash onto the Aurora, and Gala can get some damage down. The Shy, will he be stopped in the second part of his ultimate? No, he will not, and he'll go down as well. Elk is alive. He'll ignore some damage, but not enough. Gala, full HP. It's currently a 2 for 3, a 3 for 1 as things go through. As Pantheon also goes down at the back end of the play. That should be the sign that IG can start the Baron. There's no teleport on Knight for him to get back into the play. If he wanted to, he has enough HP, but God, Bin dying on that recall may well cost BLG the game.
Over Raptors. He's not been spotted. Will they spot the shot? They spot the flag. They spot the flag. They should know he's around now. He gets jumped on to Elk. Elk is going to turn around for a huge round of damage. He doesn't have flash though. Elk, he's face checked into the side and Way's magnificent vision play kills the enemy. AD carry. IG get themselves the Xayah for free. Way against his old team of BLG, the team which kicked him for Beitron and then Shadow, might have just delivered the killer blow in game 1. BLG's late game vision control, their macro, has been their undoing. And the jungler is apparently their shot caller for it. They've said it themselves in interviews. Not to dunk down too much on him, but if he is struggling, perhaps there is something to be discussed there. BLG do not look like they know where they're going. The equalizer, the ultimate coming through. The empowered E is not enough to keep him alive for that long. He'll go down for one last flick of those, that Chalice, those cross blades. Where's the extra damage? Shadow goes down. That's an awful ultimate from him. He just jumps into his death. It's not Helldivers, it's not ODSD, but he still jumps feet first into hell. And that's going to leave the jungler dead for the soul. BLG stands for bad late game. IG will get themselves Ocean Soul after turtling and coming out before that left them without that DPS. It's hard for the Xayah to walk forwards into the play anyway. And BLG, they're on the back foot now. Ocean Soul on the other side. They didn't have the damage to begin with. Bin has flash, might have to use it. Doesn't use it right now. Knocked up, the CC chain starts, and Bin, you might have wanted to use that flash. Goes down twice in critical late game scenarios. Lost them the Baron. And right there might lose them the base. BLG's late game just leaves so much to be desired. Knight 7-2, but cannot determine this game. BLG as a team do not know how to pick apart this IG composition, who have done so well at picking the engage and peeling back. Started teleport in from the Rumble, who has a death cap himself. Bin has struggled in this late game. Flash forward onto Knight. They catch him on the edge of that too. Ults forwards, but the CC chain might just land anyway. Gets out to safety. Mako uses his combo, removes a lot of threat from that Aurora, but Knight will make it out alive. Wait, has flash, has ult. Might be able to go flash for flash with Elk. Might be worth to do so. He pulls it out early. Flash out of the Xayah. That's all they need. That's all they need. No summoner now on that on. Trying to protect Elk. Double knockup. They still have the ultimate, and he won't even use it. Elk goes down into the GA. Pantheon comes back into the play as well. BLG, where's the magic? You don't have the damage. They'll get some damage onto the backline. GA pops by Gala. He'll revive, and Shadow goes down. Rookie gets stunned as Bid is caught out again. Died at the start of the play, dies at the end. 3 kills for IG as they'll keep walking forwards as Elk could not get peeled for. The feather pullback, not enough. Invictus Gaming rule the late game as BLG cannot get it done. They cannot get it across the line. Teleports into the base. Invictus Gaming, they shut up shop. They wait till late game. They turtle up and will beat BLG in game 1. 45 minutes plus, but IG turtle up and the late game advantage comes through. Way will kill his old mid laner as Knight cannot rule the game from the early advantage. Time trying his hands again at the Bard, which is not necessarily been an LPL by way here. Rookie could look for a flash E, and he does. Just about miss it. Phase rush available for Knight. Is he going to be able to get out in time? Wait. Oh, gets out with that flash bonk. Wait, gets an early gank down. Rookie, great setup. That Q at the level 1 helping. Honor's now recalled from bot side. Flash in for the stun, and that'll be a kill on the bot side. Traded it for a 1-for-1, but the wave dies to tower, so it's massive advantage for IG. Get some more damage out there. Yeah, that has happened before. Oh, that's a good step aside from the Shy. Has flash, has ult, should be able to get out with it. Trying to see if he can get away without using it. Flashes away now. I think you probably should have just flashed and then ulted first, the Shy. Going under turret. I think the Shy, that's an unnecessary death. Good slap back from BLG. We'll get the kill there. Yeah. Wait, walking towards bot side. Ult onto the tower means that the full cyclone can come through. The tower is not heated up just yet. Do they have enough damage? I think they do. Wei will make it out alive. Great play by Mako. His bard has been excellent. You know, it's not a pick he's played that much. Former owner of IG, who subbed himself into play with the World Championship IG roster and won a best of 3 with them. Ridiculous. Mako tunnels over the wall. Dragon goes to BLG. First one of the game. Plate can be taken by Elk just before the teleport comes in. Knight. Fighting with Rookie. Onto as well. Rookie has flash. Fairly tanky. Oh, and a good shockwave there. The sombrero works. Rookie outplayed by Knight in the bot side as he flashes to his own demise. Good play for Knight. And he makes his entrance into this game. 1,000 gold up on Rookie, by the way. That could be important. We did say, look, we didn't like the Orianna for Knight, not because he's bad at the champion, but because he doesn't call the shots as much. Bin, gonna get full CC chain, but he gets the ult onto Wei. Is it enough? Cyclone coming through. I don't think the flash will be enough, and he'll die. Mako tunneling through. But he may have to add on a little bit of extra CC as well. So a win in one side lane, a loss in another, for both teams, actually. Cross mapping, well and truly. Jump over the wall. Slow onto Gali, gets the move speed out. Where's the arrow going? Wide is where it's going. Shadow over the wall. No shockwave here. The Shy is here. Ulting onto the Wukong. That's a full charge. Sion Q, though, in the brush. They didn't spot him. And Shadow goes down. Wei will die as well. Knight now has red buff. I think he can chase him down here, actually. This should be a 2-for-1. Knight gets himself the extra damage needed. And the Shy will flash and die as he gets a double kill. Does Knight. Fighting all over the map, though. Elk dies in his own jungle. IG, given as good as they get across the map. Mid lane tower. Fully finished off by IG? I think so. Oh, flash forward trying to catch them out under that. Good flash forward from Shadow. Gets himself a kill onto Mako. As they... What's happening in this top side? Well, the Shy... His tower's dead, so we won't have that to help him. I think the Shy's gonna die again, folks. Well, the Shy's just died in the side lane once more. I wish I could say that's an uncommon phenomena, but it's not. Rookie will take a tower on the other side at least. First tower did go to IG. Question mark? Doesn't matter. They have defeats to strength anyway. Oh, they took the mid lane tower. Yeah, of course they did. IG took the first tower there earlier. Mako has ult. Potentially, hang on a second. Shy doesn't have that good shockwave onto Gala. Oh, that is so close to killing. Less than 30 HP. Good shockwave by Knight. He's had a good Orianna game outside of getting caught out in that 2v2. Now caught out in their own jungle. Wei has... Oh, missed ult from the Ambassador. Wei had flash, uses the Cyclone. That is going into mid lane outer turret. No, he's afraid of getting Cyclone there, I guess. So he'll just put it through mid wave, pushing the mid lane instead. Taking it on a roundabout journey. On's bizarre adventure. Dragon started by IG. Now, will they get engaged onto properly here? Hang on a second. Shadow coming in. Bin does have ult. Gala forced to back off a little bit. Dragon taken by IG. Varus ult onto the Shy. Does have ult. Good ult. It's a little bit anti-synergy. It's not too bad. The Q coming through a little late from the Shy who goes down early. Where's that Galio ult going? It's going into the backline. Shockwave onto 2. BLG out. Team fighting. Taking down Gala. Leaves them without so much damage. Knight will pick up another kill. Great shockwave in the middle of the fight from the Orianna. Rookie flashes over the wall. I don't think he gets out from this. I don't think he gets out. There's so many people heading towards him. He doesn't have a teleport. On won't go for the full kill himself because he knows he can die. He's supposed to ignite on to make sure there's nothing like a silly, thingy or whatever going. Kill over to Knight. No exhaust. No exhaust the other thing. Oh, execute. onto Rookie. 5, 1, and 4 on the Orianna. Now, typically, as we've said, it's going to happen at the whatchamacallit, the thing. The whatchamacallit. The engage. Hang on a second. Atacon is up, and BLG unknown to inter-round this. The Shy's on the flank. Please do not throw out Atacon again, BLG. Not this time. Please, no. Atacon now started by IG, or rather kept going from them. BLG had taken a decent amount of the HP off of it. It's now under half HP. Now, IG, you also... Yeah, just let it go. Just let it go. Please don't get tanked. Yeah, Garlic making the right choice there, walking into the Atacon so he doesn't tank up too much damage from it. Shadow and Bin spotted on the flank. Hang on, that saying means that they can actually take a fight on the other side. What's happening with the Ambessa? Going towards mid lane, wants to push that out. Shadow, is he starting Romp? No. Spotted on boards there again. He's not in range right now. Heal used to buy some time. Redemption used on both sides now. Both supports are going for it. Black Cleaver shredded onto them too. The Shy is not going to be that tanky. Means that a full stack Varus arrow will hurt like hell. The Shy is not here to pull the door shut. I was worried actually that Mako would get caught out there. A good Zenith Blade could have been very, very scary. Cleanse coming through from Mako. Extra tenacity means that the Varus ult doesn't get that much done either actually. Cleanse, good value there from Mako, but they are losing the slow bleed of tower damage across the map. They lost some in the mid lane inner, lost that bot lane outer. BLG playing the slow objective fight pretty well, actually. Finn CC'd up again. Redemption, broken ass item right now. There's a ton of healing down there. IG not finding their own openings. Typically, I think that IG are pretty good at playing the slow game. But right here, because Bin is... That was a killer joke. Wonderful. Bin jumps onto again, so Arm Shred onto him, jumps back with the Repudiation. Half health now onto the Atacon. IG, they can use the Bard ult to delay the objective if they see it going down. Mako might choose to do that now. In fact, I would cast it now, potentially. Just make it a little bit of a flip. It's going to be a flip anyway. Wait, doesn't get the smite. Shadow has flash, but is not going to be able to use it. One kill goes down. Atacon, of course, already dead too. There is the chance of a Galliot coming into the play. On doesn't have flash. Should be 2 for the Atacon. Mako not able to stop the bad Atacon going down. The last kill will go to Gala. That second of the fight, which we were just talking about. Going towards the Dragon 2. BLG, I actually think Dragon and 2 kills is not... These things are hard to learn. And it takes a long time to figure out, well, this is where we want our wards. We need to be this early to it to fight around it. In a turret would fall from BLG, for BLG. In favor of for them, I guess. I don't know, words are hard. They'll take the inner turret. Mako, gonna tunnel through the wall, maybe. Where's the C? That is a lot of CC. Mako being handed the on treatment from last game. Full CC chain, could not make it safely out there. Would have had to flash tunnel, I think. Wasn't on points with those reactions. And now recall on vision. Ooh, that could be a problem. If they can catch one person out, that could be a problem. Vi could be over the wall. I wonder whether IG should have let one recall come back in. One recall happen, and then attack the second person. Knight using that ball to zone Rookie off the tower. BLG playing a slower game. It's working for them this time. Simple siege. Varus, 12-stack Orianna, but giving it over was bad. Not a red ult there. Not. Oopsies. Tunnel through the wall. Ooh, Taunt onto on. I don't think they should play it around this choke point, though, with the Orianna just around. Shadow, gonna get jumped up by Gala. Not bad damage, though, from Varus. Jesus, that's a lot there. Shadow. Shadow caught out. That's a problem. The jungler of BLG, another late game fumble. The Shy will go down, and it's a 1-for-1 with no smites on the board. IG, I think they'll take that, honestly. No Viol now to threaten out Gala, who heals up a little bit from the Krogs. A lot of it from the Krogs, actually. Decent from that. 1-for-1. Way, walking in. Knight is kind of strong, by the way. Shockwaves him back. There's a flash on him. Oh my word, there's a lot of damage. The Redemption threatening the kill means it zones him right back into Knight. Knight, the Assassin Orianna in the shadow. The Assassin Orianna. Shadows of Faker Season 3. Of Rookie. Season 4 even. Those early seasons of Orianna. We just randomly one-shot people from brush baiting. Baron goes down easy as you like. 5-man does not have a Seekers. Look how he's just one-man controlling so many areas, though. There we go. The ult's coming through. Bard ult's not bad, actually. It's okay. Keeps Gala alive a little longer. Gala might be able to DPS now. Okay, Ambessa going wild in the one side of it, though. Gala backing off. I don't think he's going to have enough to save himself from Ambessa. Okay, maybe he will just about. It doesn't matter, though. Gala not doing damage means that IG cannot stand and fight. 2 kills very easily. IG tried to disengage with Galio and with the Bard. I don't think they really communicated which one should go first. Guess it didn't matter too much at the end of it. Way caught out now as well. Has Flash. I don't think it's going to matter at all, though. I don't think he wants to use the Summoner. May as well just go down peacefully. Good night, sweet monkey. 3 and 4 his way. Great first game. This one looking okay from parts of it, but BLG much more on the same page in game 2 compared to game 1. Gala. He's having some real issues dealing with the Ambessa. This is why we said, look, this champion struggles against heavy dive. You don't have enough lifesteal to see yourself through an Ambessa. Most AD carries don't. You don't have a Zyre ultimate. You don't have a Kai'Sa ultimate to get you away from those threats. There's another Vi ultimate, by the way. It's off cooldown. And they do have the Vi Orianna combo. Shadow just pinging that Q on cooldown. Screaming at us all the while. Parasol onto the Shy. Okay damage, not fantastic, I suppose. Parasol. Poke more than anything else there. Ult onto Elk. Has Flash. Teleport in from the side. Here comes Galio. Is he spotted? No, he's not. Flash potentially available. Gets on to Elk, but Shadow has found himself a target on the other side. So Wild Knight might be able, well, Wild Rookie might be able to get himself onto Elk. I don't think it's going to be an even trade as easily as you like. And the shockwave from Knight, who goes to the other side of the fight, not using the teleport to save his AD carry, makes the world a difference. The dive onto the AD carries is not equal. Elk lives. Gala dies, no outplay there, as IG blasted in game 2. BLG so much more clean this game than the last. They've had a couple of throws in the late game. This one, bereft of them, luckily, thankfully for them, and we'll be going to a game 3. We see the problems of the Yunara up front and center. If you don't have the peeling tools, if you don't have the ability to save yourself from the heavy dive, Yunara gets popped. You don't bring them yourself. You don't have that Zyre ultimate, the Kai'Sa ultimate. Gala, despite having a pentakill on the champion, cannot rectify the mistakes of his team in this one. IG get brought to it.
You get to interact really well with everything in this game. So I think the Shy's will be under a lot of pressure, has to survive early. I'm curious to see what kind of setups we see mid, because I expect the run. I think it's a good, very good call from BLG, and for me, Wei had the timer to think or do this when he took the blue buff, but didn't. And that's going to be interesting to look, interesting one to look at looking back, because I don't know if that's worth it or not. I really am not sold.
Love to see Jordan onto the right team, but here's the trade-off. Shadow's going to go for the dive on the flashless Kai'Sa, and Gala, I mean, this is just AD carry life. There's no way to outplay this. See, nearly, I actually will shut me up very quickly, and he gets the kill on. And that's all you can really ask for.
Neither have TPs.
Flank.
4v4. Mako.
Oh, he flashes over the dredge line to grab Shadow. Miasma's going to come down here. Knight got
Knight
hit against the wall. Mako's going to survive here. Knight is starting to churn out these poison fangs, and the Realm Orb is the only thing that's going to save Rookie.
I mean, Knight already too tanky. I will say the depth charge from On was really good there because it disrupted the Kai'Sa, so Gava couldn't Killer Instinct to follow through on the Knight because everything went onto the Cassiopeia. But in the end, a disjointed fight. Mako going for... Played all 3 poorly. The Shy's dead here. This angle's too good. He's got no flash.
Yep. He's going to try and hop a little bit away to try and draw BLG away from that Rift Herald and buy time. Just soaking up as much attention, but he does go down. It does get Wei, that Herald, though. IG are going to try and run back out. Is On looks to find a dredge line. Elk is very strong with the Treaty Force already completed. Pretty far ahead. Valkyrie's over as the exhaust, and the Glacial Prison will lock up Wei. Elk picks up a second kill. BLG make that Rift Herald come at a cost.
Shadow flashed to secure that, and the race is on for first brick. This needs to be secured for IG to prevent feats. Meanwhile, Gala under siege mid. This is a 4v2. This is very dangerous against Cassio. She's so tanky that they can play this. Oh, Bin won it. That's feats.
Yeah.
That's huge for BLG.
Look how much of the map they're going to open up here as well. He should be able to pick up his mid-tier 1 turret. I don't think Gala can really step up and deny this. He gets way too close to another dredge line.
That's not worth
Deja vu.
Yeah, I just see like full AP Nunu just, you know, nuking him.
Did you say Boba Fett? You mean, are we switching up our
Jango
Fets here?
Yeah, Jango Fett. Yeah. Okay.
All right, hold on.
I tried to be a real one.
You're looking about as dizzy with your Fets as Spin is trying to figure out what this dive is from IG. But hey, with Kai'Sa coming in, they've got enough sauce. And down goes Bin.
It's
pick up a turret as well.
Yeah. That's the question. 3 grubs secured for IG, so BLG can't punish this quite as hard.
I do like
It ends
this
up
a lot.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Love
ends up
Steve.
being a great play for IG in the end. Wow. Okay. Inners, gold funneled onto Gawa. I think that's worth whatever BLG gets back, quite frankly. Maybe they can fight this next dragon. That's a nice gold injection. They're only down 1k gold after that.
That's
It's
again
so much
just all-
tankiness to get through.
There's so much against IG that Keeper's Verdict can really just silence. But Gala is completely out of position. Gala.
Why?
Oh.
That... Because I actually think that, like, IG just took a couple of really good steps to give them...
All right, get Kaisa in position.
They've got great vision. I mean, this is secured.
All
Now,
right.
can they exit? They can roam warp out and get cute with this, by the way.
I don't even think they're going to have to. I think
Okay,
they're just
that's
gonna
a good
try and
call.
back on Onacon. Does Mako pay the price? Is the only one that walks around? Yes, he absolutely does, as he gets nabbed out of midair by a big boy anchor coming from On, and he's going to take the kill for himself as he earned it. Mid tier 2 also going to go down, so BLG get a lot more.
Both monster objectives spawn in the buck 10, and the real
we go.
monster might be
Dominus.
been in the brush.
He's hiding and waiting like his own swamp. You walk too close towards the marsh. Way's going to get stunned up. Shadow getting heralded as he gets flashed on and thrown into the wall. Good play there by Way. The Shy goes over top to stun up Knight as well. Mako's going to get traded. On the backside here. Doesn't have Dominus yet just yet. There's the Keeper's Verdict. Going to knock out Shadow, secure the Dragon. There's that clutch popule we needed to see from IG and Way. It's going to stall out the game a bit longer for him.
Bin's not going to reveal his position. BLG can try and rush to the Baron to at least draw IG in. Keeper's Verdict is the only big cooldown that was burned as IG won out on the setup during the replay. Redemption was used to scout. I like that from IG. I think that they can just play mid now, but fight.
Oh, but Way walks into a Dredge line, Glacial Prison combination, and they're allowing Knight to stack up these Twin Fangs. Bin held off to the side by the Dominus, but Elk gets the kill with the Rocket. Rookie gonna have to flash out to create space. Gala holding on to that killer instinct, doesn't find any angle to go back in. He's starting to lose out on his front line. Mako gonna get heralded down. Dredge line not gonna land, but it's not gonna matter. The Shy goes in for a huge Narbar, but where's the rest of the damage? There's nobody left. Gala can't get close enough. Rookie can't either. The Shy's heroics fall flat as the Petrified Gaze does not stop the Realm Warp, but BLG keep all 5 members up.
I mean, Gawa just can't go into the fight. In the fight, it gets picked apart because of how big this Cassio is, the YYs, the Leandries, the ability to just, you know, take away the health, and then the conditions being bad for IG. Kaisa can't enter. I think BLG holding onto a lot of cooldowns to make it hard for Kaisa to enter. God, Gawa walking in there. That's
Shadow's
scary.
so low. Shadow's
It is
very,
low.
very low. But
They
he's going
fight
to get the
after?
Baron. They got to get out here. Gala's going to start picking them apart. Rookie doing a really good job kind of fronting the rest of the BLG, chasing him down. They're going to Killer Instinct forward onto Bin. Should be able to take away one of these Barons, and they will as they trade Rookie back out. BLG's health bars are too hurt to really look for anything more.
Baron to set up a much more positive upcoming Ocean Soul spawn for them.
What a vicious cycle IG have been trapped in by this very Bilibili game team as the Glacial Prison fadeaway shot finds its mark on the way. Beautiful use of that ultimate coming out from Shadow, and that's going to continue the siege forward as they look to knock down Inhibitor turret.
And yeah, that's another Ocean. They're just going to give over. I'd say a big positive for IG.
They're going to look for the fight on the back end. Bin does teleport with the Dominus. Here's Keeper's Verdict from Way. Can he get close enough to knock anybody out? No! It falls flat, and you don't like this fight if you're IG. 5 versus 5 here. Bin holding 3 members of IG at bay, but he gets slammed to the wall.
IG
Gala has
played
enough
it
damage
well.
by this point. 3 irons
IG?
deep. Rookie's going to flash forward. They're looking to
IG?
find the miracle fight. Killer Instinct forward. Down goes the 80 carry, and there's the Shy with the big Gnar. The Petrified Gaze hits 4, but Knight cannot save this fight. A last breath issue coming from IG, and they're going to clean house until Knight stands tall to turn. No, it's not enough. IG are backing in. They might just push for the win here.
What was that, BLG? The Dragon was down. The conditions were bad. IG won out before, and BLG just threw the game.
Oh my God. BLG just threw all of it away
Oh my
in
God.
one fight. 30 minutes of domination
think
coming,
that's
but
game.
all that matters is the last
That's
minute
game.
where IG
Wow.
finally conquer their
Wow.
demons in BLG.
I cannot believe the throw. From just give the Dragon.